Hey, happy Friday, everybody. Got another coffee roast coming to you live from the side porch on a lovely, chilly Friday night. We got the roaster preheating since it, with the temperature dropping. Figured it would be good to do that. Doing that about a minute or so. Minute or two while I'm starting the video here. We are currently at minute 15 of that warm up. So let's come over here and grab our beans. Oh, there's the hot pad. Hello. All right, so we got our lovely green coffee beans. Let me just flip this camera around. You don't have to look at me. Our green coffee beans from Kenya. Let's get this gun turned off. Set that there. All right, nice and warm. Beans going in there. We got our switch here. You get the light going. There we go. Got the switch here. Basically turns the beans for me. Got our, $25 heat gun. Crank that sucker on high. Beans going. And we are set for another awesome coffee roast. Let's get this reset. Got some music from the wind chime. It's been windy the last few days around here. So, turn that off. We don't need that right now. So, if you've been viewing past roasts, we've been sticking with these beans from Kenya. Back away a little bit here. It's kind of loud tonight. We've been sticking with these beans from Kenya that are just, they're really easy to roast. They smell delicious, and they're right in kind of the middle of the price point for the green beans. And we've been hitting first crack pretty consistently around 7 minutes and 30 seconds to 8 minutes, somewhere around there. Last week I actually forgot to turn the heat down at that point, but typically I'll turn the heat from high to low to work on just maintaining the temperature of the roaster at that point. There's no need to increase the temperature because you're at the point at which it's cracking. So we'll do that tonight. Then we'll turn the heat back up around 10 minutes and let it go for about another minute or so. It's been a pretty good strategy so far. So why alter that, For anybody else that is joining for the first time, I started roasting my coffee several months ago, and I've got a bread machine that I purchased for $8 from Goodwill. Got a heat gun purchased from Menards, I believe, for like 20-25 bucks. And really that's all I purchased. I had the fan. I made my cooling rack out of some scrap wood and some screen I had. I've modified the bread machine so that it simply just turns off and on. The very first half a dozen roasts I did, I used the dough function, which works because the roast is done within, under 15 minutes, and the dough function was 17 minutes long. But eventually, I'm sure that it was the heat of the process messed with the electronics, and eventually it got to the point where it gave an error code and wouldn't turn on. And I actually Googled that, and it was said that the motherboard was bad or something, and you just had to get a new machine. So I just simply unhooked it and rewired it to just turn off and on with a light switch I had. So it makes life simpler. Hope you guys are having a good Friday evening. Mine's going pretty good so far. And that's about it. What are you guys up to tonight? All right. Exciting stuff. There's our side porch door. Exciting. The rear deck. It's where the magic happens. The coffee roasting magic. It's good to do your roasting outdoors because it can get kind of smoky. It also puts out there's definitely an odor, which should be pleasant for the most part. Depends on what you're roasting. Ooh. Should be getting close to first crack here. Let's get a little bit closer. No chaff yet. Chaff is the stuff that starts to fly off the beans once they dry out enough. This whole first process of the roasting is warming the beans up and drying them out and getting that moisture out of them. Your beans will they'll grow in size, but they become lighter. I always start out with 16 ounces of green coffee beans, and you end up, I've stopped weighing them after the roast, but typically it was around 12 and a half ounces-ish, between 12 and a half and 13 ounces usually after the roast. So, yeah, but you'll see the chaff coming out. It's kind of like, I relate it to the stuff that's inside of a peanut. Shell of peanut, that kind of papery skin type material. I've been posting my videos on YouTube, and I actually I've had a couple comments, and I believe the last one when I read it, he had a question about this top part here, and if it was wood, and it is wood. I wasn't sure how well it was going to hold up with the heat, but it's doing really great so far. I've had to tighten these bolts a couple times, but for the most part, it's doing all right. I was thinking, I was expecting it not to last fairly long, and that I was going to need to figure out something else. I was actually expecting at some point to need to get rid of the lid and essentially just have kind of a flat plate that hinged. But I haven't had to do that yet, so we're sticking with this, We are doing something different tonight. I haven't hit first crack yet. It'll be interesting to see as it gets cooler and cooler, kind of how that affects how long the roast takes. Definitely some heat in there. Oh, it wasn't on high this whole time. It wasn't on high. All right. Well, lesson learned there, I guess. That's why we haven't had his first crack yet. Well, I guess we'll see what happens. You know, sometimes maybe this is a happy accident. So let's hear. That was, we'll say 8 minutes, 15 seconds or so. 8 minutes. We turned it on high. It was on low, which I think low is like 750 degrees. High is like 1,000, 1,100, something like that. But I'm definitely starting to see a little bit of chaff, not a lot. I don't think it'll be an issue, but I know they say you want the really, really high heat because you don't want to bake the beans. You want to roast them. Again, being 700 some degrees, I don't think that'll be an issue. But definitely just to make sure I double check that next time. We might just leave it on high as well, so we're turning it back down to low once we hit first crack. Yeah, definitely just kind of keep it on high. Yawning a lot tonight. Let's see what those beans look like. Yeah, they're still kind of light. So we'll keep that heat going. I don't know what my deal is. You can definitely start seeing the smoke now, I think. At least I can. Which I think we'll see more of it in the winter here too, is just the moisture escaping. Alright, I think I can start to hear it. You guys hear that? 12:19, so we're normally really close to being done by now, but we're just starting. Interesting. I'm just blowing the chaff away when I'm kind of doing that. Yeah, a little bit longer. Maybe we'll turn it low. Turn on back on high. Maybe open the lid. Fan going. Yeah, we got that. Hear that fast popping? That's the sign of second crack. We need to get that in the fan. Nice and easy. Well, I think I'm probably going to stick with the setting it on high and you know, reducing it to low at first crack. Goes a little bit faster, and we'll see what this is like. But the other way just seems to, I think I like that way a little bit better. But yeah, definitely cooled down already. That's one perk about this cool weather. Alright, so we don't have the light there. Alright guys, well thanks for joining me for another side porch coffee roast. Again, I'm putting this on my YouTube page as well. Just look at my name and you'll find them if you want to watch them over again. Definitely if you have any questions, just put them in the comments, or you can join me next week and ask me there. I'm kind of learning as I go, so I can help you guys learn as well. Have some great coffee and have fun doing it. So we'll see you guys in a week.